Hello and welcome to another guide. This time we are covering everything you need to know about ethanol and how to get your farm ready. And also why we need ethanol, of course, which is we like to blow things up and we like to raid other people's shacks and bases. So the first thing you want to do is get a tamper down in any flat area you can find. And of course we need some protection, some safety, so you should put one gate down, or how many gates you want, but at least one gate, and then you're gonna need 15 metal walls to cover it all up. You could place upper walls if you want. I'm gonna do it later, but in this video I'm just doing the lower walls. Upper walls will give you a bit more protection, might stop you from being sniped from the outside. I've also seen people adding roofs to their farms. I don't really see the point of that. Maybe if you really want to hide or don't show other players what you're up to. Other than that, I wouldn't do a roof. So we have it all walled off and we are ready to get going. You're gonna need a lot of ground tillers, around 60, 64 I would say. I think the maximum you can get in a tamper is 64. I have 60, but I also had a shelter on my tamper. To make a tiller you need one pipe, a wood stick and 4 metal shards. So when you are ready to place the ground tillers, I really recommend to take your time, be patient, especially with the first row. It's gonna help you a lot when you place the others. Well, that is if you really want to max it out and get as many tillers in as you can. And this way it's probably the easiest way to place them. I've tried different ways, but I found this one the easiest. Just start in one corner and just move backwards when you place them. This might seem as a lot of work put in to get a farm going. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to get it going, but once it's done, it's a lot less work, and it's a lot easier to get ethanol than it is to get IEDs, for example. So if you want to raid, this is the ultimate way to go. It's a lot of work in the beginning, but it pays off. So when you finished up with all the tillers, it's gonna look something like this. Hopefully it's gonna look something like this. Unfortunately I have some blackberry bushes on my tamper, but yeah, that depends on where you place the tamper. Now we're gonna need some seeds, and at the area where I'm at right now is in Pleasant Valley, close to church and just below the mansions. This is the best spot I've found to get all the seeds you need for this, and you also get some fertilizers here every now and then, and you're gonna need the fertilizers for your crops. They're gonna grow a lot faster with fertilizers. Now here's a very important thing. If you want to max out the amount of ethanol you can get in one round of farming, when you plant your seeds you want to do 2 corn and 1 wheat on every tiller, and for some reason there's only spots for 3 seeds on each tiller. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. So always do 2 corn and 1 wheat to max out the amount of ethanol. You shouldn't really worry about, oh, how can I get that amount of seeds? I have 20. Just start with what you have, because every time you harvest you get more seeds back. So at the end you're going to end up with so much seeds. It's ridiculous. But once it's all planted, every tiller got seeds in, now it's time to fertilize. If you fertilize, it's going to take 12 hours for the crops to grow, and if you don't, it takes 48 hours. So it's a big difference. So I would absolutely fertilize them. I know you use the fertilizers to make IEDs, but just use some of your fertilizers on your farm. It's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it. You get so much ethanol a lot faster. And it only takes between 4 to 6 fertilizers for a whole tamper full of tillers. So just one fertilizer covers pretty much a quarter of your tamper. I know that it could be a little bit hard in the beginning to actually see what crops are fertilized and what crops are not fertilized. That's something you're gonna learn straight away. You will notice, you can see there when I fertilized my plants, it was a little bump underneath the plant. I'll show you the difference on this farm over here. All of these plants have not been fertilized. It's just a plant in the tiller. Hopefully you could see that little bump on the first tamper. That's how you tell if the plant is fertilized. If there is a bump, it means it's fertilized. It's going to grow a lot quicker. So we fast forward 12 hours into the future. This is how the plants look when they're fully grown and ready to be picked. As you can see as well, you get corn, wheat, and you get also seeds back from every plant you pick. Now we are getting ready to wrap it all up. There's 2 steps left. We got the corn, we got the wheat from our crops. Now we need to make some yeast. For the yeast you need 1 packet of sugar, 1 purified water and 1 wheat. And as you can see here, you get 2 yeast for 1 wheat. And with that yeast we just made, we can now make ethanol. For the ethanol you need 1 corn, 1 purified water and 1 yeast. So that wraps it all up. I hope I could help you out a little bit with this guide, and I really appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.